My name is Scott Amyx, Managing Partner of Amyx Ventures. In this video, I will attempt to address the question about making engagement leaps. Most of us would agree that brand engagement and certainly commerce has fundamentally changed. We don't need to look very far to the likes of Macy's and Nordstrom's and other retailers, distributors, and even commercial real estates that are struggling to survive. Consumers have gone beyond product reviews and ratings to living and breathing inside Snapchat and Instagram and WeChat. They no longer need to visit a store or shop on an e-commerce site. From socializing, texting, shopping, banking, all of this can be done inside these apps without them ever leaving. There are social friends, and certainly the YouTube and Instagram influencers are dictating what we look at, what's in or out, what we buy, and what we think and how we should behave. User-generated content is king. So how do brands make engagement leaps to stay relevant and thrive? Here are 5 points of views that I want to share. First is around brand activation and influencer marketing. One of the biggest engagement leaps is how can brands effectively integrate influencer marketing into the DNA of a brand. From online inside apps to SMS and MMS to pop-ups offsite, brands have to be present in the spaces and the mindshare where the customers are hanging out. One of the more successful case study is Revolve. From the exclusive party at the Hamptons with Kim Kardashian to now even hosting its own awards show sponsored by E, have smartly used a pop-up shop at the Grove to showcase seasonal fashion. And it's been well attended by celebrities, YouTubers, and influential bloggers. And consumers are flocking to this pop-up store in hopes of getting a glimpse of some of these famous people. From offsites, private parties to exclusive conversations online, Revolve has demonstrated how you can build a sustainable business model centered squarely around influencer marketing. But a quick word of caution. The millennials are quick to differentiate between authentic brand engagement versus pay to speak. Instagram is full of retailers and nutritional supplement trying to push their way via the Instagram stars, and they're hawking their products in this artificial forced manner. And frankly, it's not as effective. POV 2, transformation of physical retail to customer-centric social lounge. Now, whether you're a traditional retailer, a university, a hotel, or a gym, there is momentum to physically envelope and provide tailored concierge services around a consumer. Well, let me give you a couple of examples. Traditional retailers are jettisoning their costly, large retail spaces for more intimate social experience lounges that caters to the whims and taste of shopping. Whatever they need, from tailoring to manicures, drinks, and white glove concierge services, everything circumvents around them without the need to actually ever get off the comfort of the lounge sofas. Now, this is very different from today. Part of the reason men hate to go shopping is because they hate to walk around the entire store trying to figure out where that particular product is. In this case, it's all about being in center of everything, and everything comes to them. Brand engagement doesn't always mean showing your brand in front of the customer. In the case of first-class experience on airlines, it's about giving customers their space and privacy. Singapore Airlines are rolling out the luxury first-class suites, and they're marketed as intimate privacy. And these seats are more like hotel suites with a lie-flat bed that resembles a full or queen-size bed with leather upholstered reclined chairs on both sides of the bed. And it's really a self-contained private suite. And we're seeing similar trends in entertainment. And the latest movie theater concepts in New York, for example, look and feel very much like first-class experience, with even a small divider for that extra privacy. Again, it's all about putting services and products that the customers most desire literally around them. Moving on to POV 3, let me share a story from my personal experience. I recently relocated from Silicon Valley to New York City area. And when it came to choosing furniture, sure, we went to the offline retailers to visit and try out some of the sofas. But I have to tell you, as soon as I walked into those furniture stores, we were greeted by these kind of stereotypical, cheesy car salesman-like people that were literally lined up in a row, ready to pounce on you. And it was absolutely awful. Of course, when it came down to actually making that purchase, we weren't going to buy it offline, we were going to buy it online. But here's the conundrum. We can get some great looking furniture at great prices, but we're not really sure if they're Chinese knockoffs with bonded cheap material. And after a while, the product reviews and the ratings became untrustworthy. So the question is, do I buy from a retailer that I've never heard before, or do I buy from Costco? Now, I hate Costco's sofa selection, and the pricing is much higher, but I know one thing, which is that if I have an issue or if I don't like that product, I can always bring it back and they will never give me a hard time. So this brings me to the POV around hassle-free concierge service. Consumers want high personalization without the fuss of visiting a store, narrowing down choices, managing delivery logistics, or dealing with cumbersome returns and exchanges. One of the best experiences that my family had was this VIP guided experience at the Universal Studios Hollywood. We had our own personal guide who stayed with us the entire day and made sure that we skipped to the front of the line, navigate around the park based on our interests and preferences and our whims at the moment. And we even had behind the scene access, including a tour bus that was all to ourselves, whereas everyone else were stuffed into this standard open buses. We got to go behind sets and warehouses and customs. I mean, it was amazing. I didn't have to worry about what to do, where to go, what to eat, where to rest. It was effortless. Now let's switch gears to something more technically oriented that will shape the future of engagement. 4, cognitive AI, avatars, and robots. How can brands provide mass personalization and localization with the lowest cost structure while appealing to all the different customers? From AI chatbots, lifelike 3D avatars of celebrities to cognitive robots like Robot Pepper, brands will be able to actually complement personal assistants to enhance consumer engagement. All right, so let's move on to POV number 5, immersive VR shopping with haptic feedback. The future of retail and experiences and even showroom will be that of fully virtual VR with sensory feedback for touch, texture, weight, pressure, to even thermal. Now, this frees retailers from this vicious cycle of constantly having to invest into renovations and the CapEx and OpEx, while providing this holistic shopping experience at your fingertips convenient. So in summary, the future of engagement is evolving in ways that we can't begin to fathom, at least with a high degree of accuracy. There's going to be many variations, many approaches and technologies, and of course with varying degree of success based on their competency and strategy and execution. Today's retail and capital paradigm are not sustainable, especially as private equity shops weigh down brands with leveraged debt. Traditional retailers will be forced to shed their physical assets and to transform in some form or shape into nimble, cost-effective social experience hubs in order for them to build brand engagement and to reinforce them. Perhaps the biggest challenge is managing that transition from offline to online, as online revenue, for the time being, is not going to fully replace the lost revenue from this. As retail distribution channels and capital structure undergo this massive change, the ones that's going to be really impacted ultimately is the CPG and the manufacturers, because they're at risk of this distribution channel being disrupted. Many, out of sheer necessity, will find themselves selling directly to the consumers, bypassing the century-old distribution channel tier model. New direct sell in-app inside Instagram, WeChat, YouTube, so for example, will give rise and other social media. And these shopping experiences inside these applications of social media will be the new way of conducting business without ever having to leave an app or navigate to a site or a store. And I hope you found the POVs to be somewhat interesting and insightful for your purposes.